Okay, guys, we are back. And today we're going to talk about everything from fantasy football to the Nestle CEO, again, another CEO. We have to talk about it, to the weirdest corporate jobs you have ever heard of. Corporate crash out. Will you cash in or crash out?
Katie, have you ever participated in fantasy football work?
I've never been an intern in the fall, at least like a part of a team. So, no. Have you, Claire?
So I actually got asked to be in the work league this year, and I was too shy because I really don't understand how it works. Like last
Why?
so last Monday I get to the office and my coworker is like pretty down. He says he lost fantasy football. And I'm like, how is it already over? Football just started. Like that's not how it works, Claire. I guess you get to build a whole new team every single week. It really just like doesn't make sense to me. Katie, like maybe you can
I
explain it.
think, okay, from my understanding, and this may not be right at all. From my understanding, it's like, okay, there's like 18 weeks of football, right? And then you all get to pick people, but it's you have an order, so you all can't just like pick anybody you want. And then you can like switch people with each other. But I think it has to be like a mutual agreement, like, oh, I'll trade you this player for this player in between the weeks. And then each week you like go against one of the people in your group and like play them, and then you either win or
Mm.
lose. But then I think there's like a culminating, like you either won or lost at the end as well. And so I guess there's, from what I've heard, from how like people in non-corporate do it, is there's not a prize for winning, but there's a punishment for losing. Um, but I think there are some corporate places that do a prize.
Yeah, this just seems too complicated for me, but I do love watching the punishments on TikTok. That will not get old to me.
What punishments have you seen on TikTok? I haven't seen any.
Oh, really? Like
Yeah.
I think a really big one, and I think my brother's friend group actually did this once, is that like if you lose, you have to spend 24 hours in a Denny's. Like
That's awful.
I
How are
know.
you supposed to do that?
I don't know. I mean, at least they have like food and running water there. I guess you could bring your computer. Honestly, we could easily spend 24 hours in a Denny's. Katie,
That's true.
maybe we'll go live sometime and be in Denny's for 24 hours.
Like, why would we do that to our, let's do something manageable, like three. Like, why 24 hours?
I don't know. It's just more extreme. It's more fun.
Okay,
But
fine. If we get to a certain, like, we should say if we get to a certain number of followers on Spotify, we'll do it. If you guys get us to like, we're at 22 right now. So,
I'm thinking 100.
okay, if we get to 100 followers on Spotify, Claire and I will spend 24 hours in a Denny's. This is so.
Or a like establishment, because I honestly don't even know if there's a Denny's near me or
Okay, or
near
an IHOP or whatever.
a Denny's like establishment. Maybe we'll let people vote. We'll come up with the options if we get 100 followers and we'll let people vote.
Okay.
Anyways, that's a good punishment I've seen. I've seen people just like having to hold signs like on the streets.
Yeah.
I there's the options are like limitless, honestly.
My boyfriend's friend group, I think, did something where they had to go to a bowling alley, and then you have to get a 300. If you don't, every point you lose, every point you're like different from 300, you can eat a hot dog or drink a beer.
That's
And I don't know,
disgusting.
they have they have varying amounts of points, I think, for each one. But I don't think nobody ever did that for them. But I just think it's so interesting why they do that. But whatever. Yeah, he's now doing his corporate fantasy football league. So they apparently all joined a call and they were like, guys, we're starting. And but I think it's so funny because a lot of guys cannot organize an event to save their lives. And then as soon as football season comes, it's like everybody's getting together. Who has the food? Who has the drinks? Who has like whatever? And everything's suddenly all planned and organized. I don't know.
Yeah, God forbid you plan a date, but when fantasy football comes around, like We'll have it together.
Yeah, for real. That's so funny.
No, it's terrible. But do they have any good prizes? I don't even think we have a prize for it. No, I think ours is a buy-in, like a pool.
I don't know. So I guess some people do. Yeah, they have cash pots. Some people apparently, or some corporations have buy-in so high as 500 to 1,000 in some offices, and the winner
C-suite
walks
only.
and the winner walks away with five figures at some places. And they also have bonus pool drafts. So at Wall Street firms, some teams use end of the year money bonus money to fund their fantasy football pool.
That is so extreme. Like,
I
imagine, sorry, honey, I gambled away my bonus this year. The kids are going to get less presents because I was playing fantasy football.
Apparently they also do some places do department by department. So like maybe the marketing department will play the finance department, and then whoever like loses out of the departments has to throw a catered lunch for everyone, which isn't like too bad, but
It's still corporate money. That's like a fake punishment, in my opinion.
oh, apparently at one Chicago firm, remember how we talked about there's a loser? The loser of the fantasy football draft had to sit at a kitty desk in the lobby for a month.
For
A
a
month
month?
is extreme.
That seems like a lot, especially you would not get any work done. Honestly, though, my lobby probably would be quieter than my cube some days.
I would just take my vacation and be like,
Facts.
bye.
Sorry, I'm actually going to be gone this whole month. I know it coincidentally coincides with my punishment, but it is what it is.
Yeah, I was asking like I guess football isn't during school hour or like during work hours, so I guess it doesn't affect them as much. But people said if it was, they wouldn't get any work done. So I don't know.
Apparently, I mean, I still see like my coworkers having like phone stands and like watching all kinds of sports games just like on their desk, like with their phone propped up. And I'm like, what is going on? Get to work, people. Get to
That's so
work.
funny. I feel like I would never see that, but I also was like, I don't know, I'm always in the summer, so
That's
I never
fair.
see that.
Well, I don't know if I'll ever join a fantasy football league, but I am creating a league right now for Dancing with the Stars brackets.
Oh. Who is in it this year? It's Alex Earl and
Alex Earl, two of the Mormon wives show.
who?
Jen,
Jen.
Jen Affleck. I don't know. I
Yeah.
don't know their names. Jen and Whitney, and
Whitney.
um, one of the guys from Pentatonics,
Wait, really? I
Yeah.
haven't heard of Pentatonics in so long.
Dylan Efron, Jordan Childs. Who else? Oh, this is my favorite. This is my favorite. Robert Irwin, Bendy Irwin's little brother, Steve Irwin's son. So exciting. One of the guys who was like in the movie Elf, like one
Oh
of
wait, the
the people that
actual
they're like pitching, like you know when like
oh
Will Ferrell, you know he plays Buddy, and they're like pitching like some sales thing to like a corporate guy. It's like that guy is. I don't know. It's gonna be a really good season. I just know it, and I'm making a bracket pool, and I floated the idea out there at work, and my supervisor was like. It would literally just be me and you, but I think that's not true. I think everyone's watching these days. It's the girls' version of football.
I'm not, but sure.
You should.
Claire, I'm trying to pass my classes, so
Katie, join pop culture and watch Dancing with the Stars.
on December 17th, I will join pop culture. Okay. Anyways, Nestle CEO, another CEO scandal. Let's just make a group at this point because
Honestly, it just seems they're probably on a club. Maybe they
they're
have an
probably
island.
in a group chat. They're probably in a group chat together, and being like honestly, what do you think they're gonna do in their careers next? Because low-key, they're like kind of older. Like this guy, the Nestle guy that just what did he have? He had an affair with the marketing person, I want to say. Is that what it was?
Yeah, it was marketing. At that point, you just have to retire. It's just your sign that it's time to retire.
I'm just confused on how you think like how you think you're not going to get found out. Apparently they said that they tried to like apparently from internal sources
Allegedly.
that they tried to sweep it under the rug a little bit and then people kept complaining about it because that's how like prevalent it was, and then they finally had to like address it, and they said they didn't find anything on their like work laptops, but once they finally hired like an outside investigator that they found like whatever. But I'm like, I guess good on you for not doing it on your work laptop, but I feel like that's kind of the bare minimum. So,
It's kind of crazy that he was 71.
wait, was he 71 or 63? Wait, because
Oh,
it's
just kidding. He
Laurent
was 63. His replacement.
Free.
Yeah, never mind.
Wait, is his name Freaks or Freaks?
I don't know. I can't pronounce it. It's
Okay, I think he's like Swiss, right? Okay, whatever. I think that's so crazy, especially after that was their third CEO. And no, wait, I don't know. They had like 3 CEOs in 12 months. And so I feel kind of bad for them, low key.
Yeah, not a good look. But I guess the affair was like an open secret within the company. So kind of odd that like it wasn't a problem before he was named CEO. If you're electing a new CEO, like you need to do your due diligence and figure out what's going on with them.
I just don't understand, like, why. Wait, do you think she also got dismissed, the woman, as well?
I would
Right.
hope so.
Okay.
I feel like they both parties should be, right?
Yeah, wait, I want to see if they updated it. Oh, yeah, they updated their CEO list already.
Stop. That's hilarious. So fast.
It's so funny to me to see like the press release on it because it's like, what are you supposed to say? Like, sorry, people like have sex at our place of work. What are you supposed to say about it, you know?
I mean, at least he didn't take her to a Coldplay concert. I want
Yeah,
to know how it got exposed. Like, who blew the whistle?
I do too. I want to know like how many people knew about it. A spokesperson and denied being in a relationship. Well, I mean, at that point though, why don't you just end the relationship? You know what I'm saying? Like people obviously know and like you've heard through the grapevine. Why don't one of you leave? Like if it's
Katie,
that serious.
it's true love.
Okay, but I mean one of you leave like the company. Like you can
No,
only
right.
have one. And somebody's gonna decide for you if you don't decide yourself. So I mean,
Like, at
you
that
know.
level, I feel like it wouldn't be hard to find a new job.
Yeah, especially since they like seem to be doing really well. I understand how maybe for the CEO it might be harder for him to leave, but like for the marketing, I don't know, it depends how long you've been in marketing.
Yeah, I don't know. All very odd. I want to know if it was an age appropriate relationship too, because I haven't seen anywhere how old the marketing girl
Okay,
was.
wait. Wait, romance.
Maybe it's in an article somewhere, but not any of the ones I've read so far.
I know. I'm like,
Like,
why
they're
is it
really
just
honestly doing a better job than the other scandal, the Coldplay scandal, of keeping it under taps of like who was involved, what actually happened. Like, they're being pretty vague, and honestly, kudos to them. PR team is
Yeah.
popping off.
Oh, the identity of subordinate involved in the Nestle CEO affair has not been officially disclosed. That's really
You know,
interesting.
that kind of makes me think that she stayed.
Yeah, me too. Because I feel like at that point, who is said to be, wait, the first woman who's said to be reportedly received a severance package. Oh no, it says she left. But I
Oh,
don't know. Wait, it says multiple subordinates. I don't think it was just one person.
swingers?
That's what this is our whole theory, you guys, is that CEOs are all secretly swingers, okay?
Honestly,
We've talked about this.
nothing about that is shocking. I feel
It's
like
not.
they're all swapping, and like a CEO that doesn't have an affair, I'm not buying it.
I mean, I don't know that I would say I'm not buying it. They might be in a very happy relationship with
Well,
somebody.
I hope so, but like it's just like It's not that shocking. Like, the shock value is not that high when I'm like, oh, another CEO had an affair. Or where it's like, oh, my preacher had an affair. Like, shock value high, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Wait, Gemini said the first woman who is said to be a Turkish national who had worked at Nestle for 2 decades reportedly received a severance pay package and has since left for a senior role at another company. The second subordinate also allegedly departed with a significant payout. So I wonder if he got money too, because that's
Oh,
actually
yeah,
really
he got
insane.
severance too, I saw.
What? Can you imagine? That's honestly such a strategy to like have sex with somebody who's like, your subordinate or just in general at the company, and then I get a bunch of money and I don't have to work? What? I'm
Just
so
so long it's in your
confused.
contract. I mean, this is why going into the job, you got to make sure that contract is balling. Okay, but think about it on the flip side. So she left and went to a marketing position at another company.
Yeah.
I feel like
Like
they probably got a deal on her. Like, you know what I mean? Like, she's not gonna get.
deal? Like half off?
Yeah,
That's so
like
crazy.
maybe not half off, but like maybe like 25%. Like, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to pay
Yeah.
her what she was making there because it's kind of like a reprimand.
I'm surprised those women even wanted another job unless they were, I don't know, they needed the money. But I feel like if I got severance
You
and
know,
I worked there for
severance
like 20
isn't
years.
like an annuity, right, Katie? It's like a
No, I know,
chunk of
but I think
money.
I know it's like a chunk of money, but if she worked there for like 20 years, like you get paid for every year, right? Like a certain amount. And so if 20 years is like
Not
actually going to be a
always.
lot of money.
Oh,
Oh,
sometimes it's just like a percentage of your salary or like a flat amount. It just depends on the contract. But I hear you. Why would you leave? When you have bad PR like that too, finding another job, crazy.
isn't it kind of insane though that they didn't disclose like who the women were, but they disclosed, well, I guess they kind of have to disclose like the person because they're letting them like leave. But I don't know. I think it's so
Well, it's
interesting.
hard not to disclose the CEO. Also, I feel like it'd be like really alarming as like a stockholder if you saw like the CEO, like the third CEO just leaving. And I feel like there's something less alarming about him just having an
That's
affair than like him just leaving.
that's true, I guess. That's so
So
true. Wow. But I don't know. Like, because he hasn't even been there for that long, right? And he
no.
already had an affair. Like, that's, I mean, I guess what he worked for the company for a while, I guess. So I
Right.
think I think he had the affair before he became CEO.
This is what I'm saying though. Like, this is the kind of stuff that the board needs to pick up on before naming a new CEO. Like, you didn't do your due diligence if you didn't know this man was
Yeah.
sleeping with potentially multiple women.
Yeah, like tell me why as an intern I had to get drug tested, background checked, fingerprinted at some of my jobs, and a CEO can like sleep with someone at the company for like a year and you guys don't even notice? How is that possible? Like genuinely how?
Yeah, I mean, hopefully they're not like doing it at the office, but
But
like
obviously
still
like
like
people
the
knew about
articles
it.
literally say it's an open secret. Like, it's not possible to not pick up on these things, I'm convinced.
Yeah. So do you think they like just really wanted somebody to be a good CEO and knew he would do a good job and didn't care that he was having like, I don't know.
What if they didn't think it would get out? Yeah, and then for some reason someone like blackmailed them or like said that they were gonna spread the news, so then they had to get rid of him before it leaked.
Mm. I honestly I want to like go either undercover at some companies and find all the weird stuff going on, or I think we should make like a romance novel, but like of all these CEOs and all the things they've done and make it like based off of real life. That would be so funny.
Like, spoof all of these different scandals.
Hmm.
The Coldplay concert would be an epic one. It like all leads up to like this is I have so many ideas for this.
That's so iconic though, that they literally were like, yeah, who cares? Like, we're just gonna go to a concert together. Whereas, like, I don't know. I feel like at least this, they texted on their phones or whatever, right?
I guess.
Wait, what? Okay, however, some media reports have provided more details based on anonymous sources. These reports claim that he was allegedly involved with 2 women at the company, with one being described as his official mistress and a senior executive. This executive reportedly discovered him with a second subordinate in a Zurich hotel and then filed a complaint through the company's internal whistleblowing channel.
Wait, this just got so good. Mistress
Wait,
number 1
what?
finds him banging mistress number 2.
Number 2.
In town.
That's crazy, and that's why it gets reported. Because she was like, oh.
Wait, I literally called it. Someone reported it or threatened to leak it.
That's crazy. That's actually really crazy. And then you get comp for getting cheated on too. Wait, that's actually so crazy that there were 2 women. Like, okay, I feel like, buddy, if you're gonna like get with like a woman at your work, you gotta pick one. Like, we can't, and not like one at a time even. Like, let me go as far as that, because obviously she knew where his hotel room was. So was she planning to meet him
Wait, that's a
after the
really
other
good
girl
point.
was
Like, how
there?
did she just happen to see him in a hotel? Unless it's a work event and there's like a block of hotels and they're like at a conference or something, you know?
But how did she know which one was his? I feel like he must have been like, maybe that was his plan, that she would stumble upon him and the other girl. And then, like, you know, things would progress, but instead things degressed and she got really upset.
Like, you're saying threesome is what he was hoping for, but then it turns out she wasn't cool with that.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. I hate it when that happens. I'm joking, but that actually is kind of crazy. Do you think he added the second mistress when he became CEO? He's like, now I'm more powerful. I need another woman.
I don't know, because I feel like it's more attractive, I feel like, to women, right, too. I mean, I would be more attracted to a CEO than whatever he was before. But at the same time, it's like,
Does he have a wife?
Oh, yeah, we should look that up. Can you imagine if
Can
he
you
had
have
2
a mistress if you don't have a wife? Because I feel like at that point, it's just a lady.
Oh. It's just a what?
A lady. A lady friend.
And the fact that he's 63 and still has this much, like, energy is really interesting. Wait, let me see. Oh, yes, he is married.
Yikes.
That's even worse. But I've heard, like, I mean, I guess Switzerland is, like, adjacent to French. And I feel like French people are, like, really,
full of love.
Yeah, let's call it that.
Oui.
You know, they have, like, a law that you can't get your kid paternity tested. Like, what? Tested to figure out who the dad is. Because it breaks up so many marriages that you're not allowed to do it. I'm serious.
Maury, you can't have a show in France. Do you know what show I'm talking about?
No.
How have you not seen that? It's the guy who, like, they go on the paternity test show and he'll be like, John, you are not the father.
Oh, I have seen some of those, but that's
okay. They can't have that show over there.
Maybe they can go to another state or like another like place. They're like, honey, we're gonna go to the UK for a fun trip, and then they secretly like walk into the, you're not the father.
Wait, so if they don't have paternity tests, then can they not have child support?
I don't know.
Because I feel like a lot of child support like uses paternity tests as a basis for evidence.
Okay, it says no French citizens cannot legally obtain independent paternity tests because they are banned, but a paternity test can be ordered by a judge in France as part of a judicial proceeding. So maybe like if they wanted to get child support. Isn't that crazy though? Like you cannot get your kid, but like if I was a guy, I'd actually be super pissed. I'd be like, this kid is getting tested anyways. Bye.
Well, hopefully that wouldn't happen to you, but
if I was a guy,
yeah.
At least I know the kid's mine. That's a good thing.
The CEO could have multiple kids by multiple women.
Can you Claire, can you imagine if there's like a sequel to this and it's both women are pregnant and then
now this is a TV show right here.
That would be so crazy.
I'm still just shook by the 2 women. I'm sorry. This is the pinnacle of the story.
That was actually, this is crazier than Coldplay now. At first I was like, oh, kind of lame. And then I was like,
no, this is really a movie. Like if I worked at this company, I would feel like I was living in a movie.
We should create a movie and it's just like
Do you want to be mistress number 1 or mistress number 2?
I'll be one.
Oh, boo. I can't. It's so funny.
Okay, and the other thing we wanted to talk about in this episode, now that we're all caught up with current events, is that we have realized that in corporate culture, there are some really weird breeds of jobs that just become to exist. And so, like we get to a really big company, maybe it has like 10,000 people, but then, there's always, it's not just marketing and finance anymore. There's like really, really niche sectors. So let's talk about it. Claire, what do you think is like one of the weirdest corporate jobs you've heard of?
Um,
Okay, I'll go.
Katie will actually go first on this one.
Okay, at Google, SAP, and Airbnb, there's a chief happiness officer. I don't know if that still stands after those cuts that were made, but
Stop, that's kind of sweet though. I want to be the happiness offer.
I know, me too. I wonder how we should talk about how you can get into these jobs as well, because I think when you're an intern and starting out, you kind of have to go through like the mainstream pipelines. But there was a person at one of my work. I don't know how this happened. I actually have no clue, Claire. This was really insane. They would make us every single morning that we were in intern orientation do like these exercises to like try to show us that they cared about like our well-being or whatever. And so they had this lady who full time, she was like doing something else and she was like, no, I really want to get into like activity. And I have like, I don't know, she got some physical therapy training or something. And then she would like have these videos. And so she does like mindfulness videos and like exercise videos that you can do in the office. And that's like her job now. No joke. And she actually films these. And so one of the things we had to do was like, we had to like stretch and like do this. And we all had to do it. And if we didn't do it in orientation, they'd be like, why aren't you doing it? You need to participate. And no joke, Claire, there was this one exercise that she's like, and do you ever feel like you can't get your cardio in just because you're at work? This is a way to do it. And we all had to do this. She's like, I'm going to put a timer on for 60 seconds. Okay. And we're all going to chair run. And so we literally had to do this for 60 seconds, like running in our chair. And they would like, and people stopped because they were like laughing. They were like, guys, take this seriously. This is like actually for your health and whatever. And so we were like scared because this is our first week of this internship. And so we were all like chair running really fast, like actually crying for a minute. And so that's what one of the girls did. Yeah. So you could be that person too.
I feel like, okay, you were saying, how do you get to this job? I feel like you join the company doing like a normal ass job and then like the role is created for you.
That's exactly. I don't know how she convinced who, but I think she was like friends with somebody who was like higher up. And then we had to do a meditation one and she was like, and connect your brain to your heart and breathe. And this is what Navy SEALs do to calm themselves in like crazy events. And I was like, what?
You know what the craziest thing ever though? I as an intern, we didn't have anyone that like full time did that, but we would bring in like random ass speakers. And I'm like, I will go to any speaker to get like a free lunch and learn and like some time off of working.
Yeah, that's fair.
Intern, I go to this is so bad. He was like talking about like having energy in the workplace. He's like, if you ever feel tired at your desk, like you have the energy, you just have to unlock it. He was like, you wouldn't be tired if someone walked up to your desk and held a gun to your head. So why are you tired if you're just sitting there? And I was like,
that's really crazy.
Like looking around, everyone, I was like, what is going on? He was like, the energy's just untapped. You just have to find out how to tap it.
I hate the motivational speakers. I like don't understand. Like I get the free lunch thing and I will be there for the free lunch. Don't get me wrong, okay?
Yeah.
But like some of the motivational speakers, they have people who are like random corporate, like normal people, and they just have them come and like I don't know, because I feel like the older people won't know what we're talking about if anyone old is older is listening. But they're just like random people who are like, this is how I started my career. And they just talk for an hour and it's so boring. And I'm like, oh my God. We had one at this like event we had to go to. This was a while ago, but they had a person sitting there and she was a company podcaster. So if this doesn't work out, maybe I'll get that job. But she was like, no joke. Like this company was like making an internal podcast. I don't even think it was like external, but for the employees. And so she was like asking this person questions and she wasn't even like, no offense, the interviewing wasn't that good. Like there were no like, she was just like, and how did that make you feel? And where on this journey did you decide to go? I hate that. Oh, and then we had this other person who was telling us about we had to do the Myers-Briggs personality test or whatever. And I've had to do that like 10 times, by the way, and I'm so over it. But we had to do it again. And I literally just clicked like random things the whole time because I was not using my workday to do that because I had a lot of other stuff to do. And then we had to take the printout. We had to have a physical printout. And then it was like 1,000 of us went into this room and they were like, okay, this is what it tells you. What's your attic and what's your basement? Do you know what an attic and a basement is, Claire?
Yeah, I think like the attic is like your highest score and your basement's your lowest.
Yeah. And so basically they're like, okay, this is my attic, but see, and it was like really bad. There was one who was like acting like a kindergarten teacher and the other one who was like very zen. And she was like, my inner peace and peacefulness during this time is represented through my whatever. And then the other one was like, guys, open your books. Now we're going to do this exercise. Turn to a partner and say, I hate it. I hate when they do that.
Oh, turn to a partner and discuss how that made you feel. Turn to a partner and compare your personality traits. Bitch, I don't want to turn to a partner. I want to eat my free lunch in peace and then go back to my desk.
It's so horrible. And I don't think some people, like there are some good, really good internship orientation programs and like fun experiences. But then there's some other things that I'm just actually want to rip out my hair and like jump out a window.
But then like reflecting on it, it's so funny. Because it's like, how is this stuff real? Circling back. Chief happy officer, like sign me up. These sound so fun.
Yeah, that does sound fun.
Before the episode, you mentioned that someone has a chief meme officer. What is that role, Katie?
I don't know. Apparently, Bud Light, Slim Jim, and Razor has a chief meme officer. And I assume they just like are in marketing, making memes.
Like
but it's a
social
real
media.
Yeah, so they're in content creation and they make and curate memes that align with the company's brand voice. How do you put that on a resume, Claire?
You know, I don't know, but you know what it's reminding me of? Like, that's gotta be like the title of like the person who's behind like the Wendy's Twitter account. Have you ever seen the Wendy's Twitter account?
Yes, I have. Is that a real account, like for Wendy's?
Yes.
I thought that was fake. I honestly couldn't believe that was real.
It's so good. I love it. But like that's someone's full-time job and like that kind of makes me sad because I don't have that job.
Me too. we should influence like a company to pay us to do stuff like that all day because we would do really well. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, just like comment back at people. Like I could sit there and do that all day, like reply to people's tweets or reply. I would find entertainment in that.
Yeah.
You said someone had a job where it was like their whole thing was dressing kids for TV.
Oh yeah, this was at like the other place of work, but like basically they would do ads for clients and then they'd have like a bunch of like children-centered ads apparently. So one person's was like curating children's outfits and like putting them like designing them and like putting them on the children for the ads.
That's iconic, honestly. I guess.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of cool. I'd like to do that, but honestly you have to probably deal with crying kids. So a director of first impressions, which is a receptionist rebrand.
That's the other thing is people be posting the most obscure job titles and it's really just a normal job.
Okay, we should talk about job titles decoded in like other episodes because I swear there's so many. Like I was applying to like business development, like positions for so long. And my dad was like, that's just sales, right? And I was like, why would they just say that? Just say sales if it's going to be in sales.
They think business development sounds better. I don't
It
know.
definitely does. But like, I'm just going to be unhappy doing sales now. I'm going to be like the worst salesperson.
It's like how Subway calls all of their employees sandwich artists.
That's so funny. Okay, wait. Then WeWork apparently had community vibe managers.
Community vibe managers. So every community has a different, like,
yeah, in some
I'm just
locations.
imagining like a Chad walking around and being like, whoa, people, vibe check. This is getting too serious.
I just think that's so funny. Emoji translator. So London-based.
Wait, who is writing all on emojis? Why do we need an emoji translator?
I guess for like today translations. Wait, is that an actual company? Today Translations? Yeah, so Today Translations apparently, which is a UK-based language translation agency. They have one person who, translates emojis through cultures. I thought emojis were supposed to not have to be translated through cultures because they're images, but maybe I'm mistaken. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have to convert an emoji from Spanish to French. It's still just a picture.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense to me. Someone's scamming their way to the top.
Apparently Intel hired cultural anthropologists to study tech habits among people.
Okay.
Apparently Amazon used to have like a, I don't know, dog friendly working thing. So they had a chief dog officer in some of their co-working spaces.
That's a choice. That's kind of cute though. That's fun.
Oh, and then they had some startups have chief snacking officer, which I feel like is a nice name for assistant, perhaps. It's still nice. Like, how assistants like do that sometimes. What? Toys R Us? Toys R Us?
You don't fucking know what Toys R Us is. Are you even American?
I do, but it went away. It went away. Okay, but Toys R Us Canada.
You were really concerning me, Katie.
Toys R Us Canada literally hires kids to be the chief play officers. Probably why they went bankrupt.
Well, yeah, they got to see if the toys are fun to play with. Duh.
Do they get paid though? Or else it's child labor.
Child labor. I'm imagining like parents cashing their kids' checks for this. Like, here, kids, we're gonna go play today. Parents get fat check.
Chief coffee officer. So at Nestlé subsidiary offices and smaller startups. I don't think I'd want to be chief coffee officer, but head of imagination. Disney had Imagineers.
Oh, I've heard of that actually.
Really?
Yeah. I think Disney actually has a lot of like, I wouldn't say niche jobs, but niche job titles.
Yeah. No, I agree. Apparently there's a head of apologies at airlines like United and telecoms after crises.
Honestly, that seems very justified. Like head of happiness like doesn't seem super justified. Whatever weird lady giving you guys chair running exercise doesn't seem justified. But like an apology officer, most companies could probably use this who deal with customer service.
Isn't that kind of crazy that like like you're already fucking things up, that you're gonna have to hire someone full time to just apologize for you?
I just think any customer service job like that, though, like the customer can never be wrong. So you're gonna have to apologize whether you're right or wrong. Katie says, just don't fuck up.
Yeah, for real. I was just telling them, don't mess your jobs up. Okay. Chief listing officer at Blue Takai Coffee, plus
That
roles at
sounds
Dell
like
if I feel.
HR.
It's focused on social media listening. I
Oh,
could do that. I listen and watch social media all day, so someone hire me. So much experience, truly. Um, yeah, this is so interesting though. Oh, have you heard of Lego builders? They hire people to like build these crazy Lego like structures. You know what I'm talking about? Have you
yeah.
been to
Like Lego
they
stores have like,
yes.
yeah.
And I'm pretty sure they get paid well. I don't know, but they like full time work on that Lego thing.
Gosh,
I would,
that's so nerdy. Just when I think I'm nerdy, but like that's actually fun. I wish I was paid to do
yeah.
puzzles all day.
But I would feel like I would get bored unless I did it with somebody. So I would need
Well, I don't
somebody
think you do it
to.
alone.
I don't know. I feel like some people like doing it alone.
Maybe you get to choose. Maybe they're like you take an entrance exam and they're like, when do you Lego best? Do you Lego best by yourself or do you Lego best with others? And yes, I'm
That's so
using Lego as a verb.
fun. We should talk about like the personality exams once too and stuff like that. But anyways, okay. Chocolate taster. I feel like I knew this, but Cadbury, Mars, and Nestle have full-time taste testers.
Well, duh.
That could also be me, but
But
anyways.
like, I feel like at what point would you burn out? Like, how would you? Do you reach a point where it's like you can't taste better chocolate? Like it all just blends together. Like it's just chocolate.
Nope. I think I could really enjoy every single piece of chocolate. I'm pretty.
Oh
Um.
gosh.
Okay. Okay. Professional sleeper. Apparently, NASA and some mattress companies hire people to test sleep. I actually
I've
have heard
seen
about this,
that. Yeah, I've heard about that.
which is so crazy to me. But yeah, that would be. I mean, I don't know that I could say much because I really like when I sleep, I pass out. Like people can do anything around me, and I do not wake up. So
Same. Like I can sleep in like most public settings. Like if I'm on a park bench, it's like, oh, I need a quick nap. That's fine.
what? Okay, that's a little. I can sleep on a plane and like
Yeah.
probably in a car ride if I needed to. But I think anywhere
Oh no.
like where I'm exposed and not in a vehicle of some sort, I do not think that would work
Oh, I
for me.
no. Like never like alone. Like I'm not creepy about it. Like I can't just fall asleep alone, exposed in public. Like if you're with someone and you need a quick nap, just put your head down and take a quick nap.
Okay, do you do that at work?
No,
But you know, in Japan, they have that where they have
I
like, and I'm pretty
wish.
sure some other places they have like sleeping like rooms because I think it's like more productive when you like sleep for an hour and then go back and work.
There's rumors that some people use our like wellness room, which is really like a breastfeeding room or whatever. Like that's like the only door in the office that has a lock. And there's rumors that some people go in there and take naps.
I would totally do that. I'm not gonna lie. I would totally go in there and take a nap and be like, yeah, I have a kid at home and I just need
Just put like a like your team's on red and cash out.
to. That's so funny. Okay. But yeah, I feel like there's so many more we probably don't even know about, to be honest.
Yeah. If anyone has a really interesting job they've heard of, let us know and maybe we'll do a deep dive on it.
Oh wait, Google and Nike both have sleep pods and staff monitoring use. They have nap directors that like monitor the use of napping rooms.
I feel like that's kind of gross though.
Why? I
Like I
feel
don't
like it
want to lay
depends.
my hair where other people in my office have laid their hair.
Yeah, that's true. But I feel like,
I
yeah,
probably would. If I'm being so
yeah, me
honest.
too.
Like the thought of it is like, yeah, that's probably kind of gross, but I would do it.
Yeah, I would probably bring my own blanket or something.
Yeah. Damn.
Ah,
Katie, the moral of this story is we may have picked the wrong careers. Sounds like we could do way more interesting things on the daily.
yeah, I know. We should. What should we do though? Which of those jobs would you want the most?
Ooh, good question.
I really think the emoji translator is just speaking to me in a way,
I think like chief happiness officer for me. Like I just want to walk around and pass out cookies one day.
Okay, yeah, but like sometimes people are never going to be happy. And that's just like, like sometimes, yes, but at some big companies, you have to make like 20,000 people happy. Like, I could see that as a little tiring. I just kind of want to,
Yeah, that's true.
translate an emoji and tap out.
That's true. I'll have to think about this more. I'm gonna have to really dig deep here.
Yeah, guys, comment which job you think you guys would like the best, and tell us in the comments like more jobs that we haven't heard of, and we will talk about it and do some deep dives for you guys.
But yeah, I think that's all we had for today. Thanks for listening, and we'll catch you next week.